This week on WDD's HotSpot. I don't know about you, but it was always a childhood dream of mine to speed through a forest on a hoverbike, like Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. Well now, Malloy Aeronautics, a UK-based firm, is developing a 4-fan hoverbike after the US military expressed its interest. At the moment, the machine, officially called the Hoverbike Helicopter, is radio-controlled and flown as an unmanned vehicle. The company is working on its flight performance before having someone ride it. Still in development, it's uncertain how fast or high the bike can cruise, but it promises to have lots of applications, from civilian to military to humanitarian uses. The design is intended to give the bike the same range as a small helicopter. We all know comic book character Tony Stark just has to put on his Iron Man suit and suddenly he can fly, shoot lasers out of his hands, and lift heavy things. Well, what if there was an exoskeleton in the works that can give you at least one of those things? The company Robomate recently revealed its prototype for a robotic exoskeleton designed to help factory workers lift heavy equipment. Workers wear the machine on their backs and then attach their arms to the 2 metallic arms on either side of the apparatus. The machine integrates an array of sensors that know when to help the worker lift something heavy, up to 10 times as much as the worker would otherwise be able to lift. Robomate says it will produce the final version of its exoskeleton in 2016. In the meantime, the company is working to make the exoskeleton appear friendlier, less like a giant spider. It also has leg and mid-body versions of the machine planned for production to strengthen those parts of the body. Every year, London's Design Museum picks a single object and awards it Best Design of the Year. This year's winner is called Lung on a Chip, which replaces animal test subjects with a complex package of human cells. Although it looks like a simple piece of plastic, the cells on the chip are arranged in a simplified version of the way a lung works. Along the central channels is a lining of human lung cells separated from a lining of capillary blood cells by a porous membrane. On each side, channels create the flexing movement that an air sac does while you breathe. It's all the biological complexity of your lungs packaged as a computer chip. Scientists can introduce bacteria to the channels to mimic an infection or chemicals to mimic air pollution. They can also use the chip to test new medications. Such technology can bring new therapies to patients faster and at lower cost in the future. The Japanese company SoftBank will begin selling its robot, Pepper, which interacts with humans verbally and emotionally. So whether you're laughing or frowning, Pepper is able to read your mood through its intuitive interface. It can also mirror emotions and express its own, like loneliness, if you don't interact with it. Over time, Pepper gets to know the people it interacts with regularly and can be programmed to carry out certain tasks or act as an assistant. However, through emotional awareness, its primary function is to be a good human companion. The robot weighs 61 pounds, is almost 4 feet tall, and has 14 hours of battery life. There are also over 200 apps available to it, from language learning to photography. SoftBank will market a version of Pepper to businesses starting this fall. That's all for this week's video. Be sure to check in on Facebook and Twitter and catch past episodes on wirelessdesignmag.com. For the WDD channel, I'm Sarah Goncalves. Thanks for watching.